Okay, we're back, and we're gonna be checking out a video titled "Finland's new combat vehicle is ready to replace the M113." Uh, yeah, don't know the name of this vehicle. M113, M113. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know this vehicle, but it looks badass. That's all I'm gonna give to you. It looks like a snowmobile on a lot of drugs. It just looks like really, really insane. So we're gonna be checking out this video right now. So thank you for watching. The video is coming from the Military World YouTube channel. Link will be in the description, so you guys can actually go over there and check out their videos. Maybe they have more videos related to Finnish military, which can be pretty cool. So yeah, without further ado, man, let's check it out.
The Patria Track X represents a deliberate return
Holy
to a
shit.
category that modern armies quietly depend on, even as headlines focus on heavy infantry fighting vehicles and main battle tanks. Developed by the Finnish defense company Patria, the Track X
Wait, Finland makes their own. Okay. Nah, you got my respect. Hey, no, I didn't know Finland was making stuff like this. What I do know is that Finland and Sweden, if I'm not mistaken, um, very much IT. I'm big on IT, computer programming, whatever, doing all the software bullshit. I love it, and that's what I'm into, right? That's what I do, right? And well, obviously I'm not advanced because I didn't bother to go to university for it. But yeah. Anyways, the point is, I realize that Finland has a lot of inventions when it comes to softwares, and also Sweden has a lot of it, right? So to see military, it's a little bit shocking, That's more of an American thing, but like what's ironic about the United States, a lot of inventions that are software related are not actually truly American. They're actually outside. Like even Elon, like he literally moved to the United States and then started to go crazy with all of his stuff. So yeah, I guess business is just easier to operate in the United States because of tax reasons.
is a lightweight, tracked armored personnel carrier designed
Dude,
to replace
wow.
one of the most widely used and longest
Holy
serving
shit.
military vehicles in history, the M113. This is not an attempt to outgun modern IFVs, but to modernize a role that remains essential on today's battlefield. For decades, the M113 defined infantry mobility for dozens of countries. It was simple, tracked, amphibious in many versions, and light enough to go where heavier vehicles could not. But it was also designed for a different era, one without persistent drone surveillance, precision-guided artillery, or modern mine threats. Today, many armies still rely on M113 variants, but keeping them relevant requires constant compromises. The Track X exists because those compromises have reached their limit. The Track X is built as a modern light-tracked APC in the 13 to 18-ton class, directly targeting the operational space once dominated by the M113. Unlike heavier platforms, it does not attempt to merge the roles of APC and IFV. Instead, it focuses on transporting infantry safely and reliably across terrain that defines real-world operations: forests, wetlands, snow-covered ground, thawing soil, and areas with
What?
minimal infrastructure. In this sense, the Track X is not a radical concept, but a carefully updated one. The vehicle is operated by a two-person crew, a driver and a commander, with seating in the rear for up to 10 fully equipped soldiers. This configuration allows a full infantry squad to be transported in a single vehicle, preserving unit cohesion during movement. While many M113 variants offered similar troop capacity, the internal environment reflects decades of progress. The Track X integrates modern blast attenuating seating, improved spacing, and safer ingress.
I ain't gonna lie, it looks luxurious, bro. Because if you look into a normal tank, that's not what it looks like. Or maybe the new ones look like that. I don't know, but that ain't what I'm used to
And
seeing.
egress, ensuring that troops arrive ready to fight rather than disoriented or fatigued. Physically, the Track X is compact but purposeful, with a length of just over 7 meters, or 23
23 feet. Okay. What's the average length of a car? Ain't it like about 15 feet? About 15 feet, right? Average length of a car. And I have to go with feet because honestly, I do. Yeah, 14.7. Boy, that man, crazy. I got to go with feet because I really am not good with meters as yet. I can deal with like 100 meters. I can estimate that because I know that because of sports. But outside of that, like the small meters, I cannot do it. I got to stick with the feet.
Feet, a width of roughly 2.9 meters, 9.5 feet, and a hull height of around 2 meters, 6.5 feet, it maintains a low visual profile. This reduces exposure and
Dude, that shit looks like a beast. Like, I know this might sound really messed up, but dude, I'd literally buy that and drive that on a daily basis if I had the ability to do that. Like, put some normal tires on it, obviously, but God, that thing is it's a beast. I like it. Angry. Whew, I like it. It's beautiful.
improves stability on uneven terrain.
Look at that. Oh
The
my
M113 was
gosh.
compact for its time, but the Track X benefits from modern design priorities that place greater emphasis on silhouette management and crew ergonomics. Weight management is central to the vehicle's design. Track X has an empty weight of approximately 11.5 to 12 tons and a maximum combat weight around 15 to 15.5 tons. Crucially, it is engineered to operate effectively at that weight, rather than being a lightly built vehicle burdened by decades of add-on armor and modifications. The M113, in contrast, often gained weight through upgrades, without corresponding improvements to suspension or mobility, leading to reduced performance in difficult terrain. One of the most important metrics for understanding the Track X is ground pressure. At combat weight, the vehicle exerts roughly 32 kilopascals on the ground. This is extremely low and allows the Track X to move across soft soil, snow, and marshland where heavier tracked vehicles struggle.
Yeah, I would likely sink.
The M113 was historically valued for similar reasons, but the Track X advances the concept through modern track design, optimized weight distribution, and suspension technology. Mobility is further enhanced by wide rubber tracks and a hydropneumatic suspension system with independently adjustable road wheels. This combination reduces vibration, lowers noise levels, and improves traction across uneven ground.
Wow.
The absence of torsion bars creates a flatter hull floor, enabling better internal layout and more effective blast protection integration. These are not cosmetic upgrades. They directly affect crew endurance, vehicle reliability, and survivability during long operations. The Track X is powered by a conventional diesel engine delivering 269 kilowatts, equivalent to 360 horsepower. This power output provides strong
What's the torque on that thing, though?
acceleration and sufficient reserve for difficult terrain while remaining compatible with existing military logistics systems. Many 113 variants, even after upgrades, struggle to match modern expectations for
You didn't tell us the torque.
mobility and power-to-weight ratio. The Track X is designed from the outset to meet those expectations without relying on incremental fixes. On roads, the Track X reaches speeds of around 80 kilometers or 50 miles per hour. For a tracked vehicle, this is significant.
Yeah, that's
Operational range is quoted at approximately 500 kilometers or 310 miles, a figure that directly affects how units plan and execute missions. Extended range reduces reliance on fuel convoys and allows
Exactly.
units to operate more independently, an increasingly important factor in dispersed and contested environments. By comparison, many M113 variants suffer from limited range and higher logistical demands when operating away from established support hubs. Amphibious capability is another area where the Track X deliberately builds on the legacy of the M113. The vehicle is fully amphibious, with a swimming speed of around 4 kilometers per hour or 2.5 miles per hour. This allows it to cross rivers, marshes,
I mean, that's not bad. I don't really know what kind of speeds, in water, like typically what you get. but that's not bad. The fact that it's able to even do it is what's impressive. So the speed capability, it's a pretty heavy vehicle either ways. 15 ton with like all the crew and everything on it. It's a pretty heavy vehicle. So I don't know. I don't know if 2 miles is fast for water. I don't know.
And flooded terrain without engineering support. While some M113 variants retained this capability, additional armor often reduced performance or eliminated it entirely. The Track X preserves amphibious operation by design, not as an afterthought. Protection reflects the realities of a light APC rather than the ambitions of a heavy IFV. In its baseline configuration, the Track X offers ballistic and mine protection in line with Stang 4569 Level 1, with the option to upgrade ballistic protection to Level 2. This is appropriate for a vehicle whose primary mission is transport and mobility rather than direct engagement under heavy fire. Compared to many M113 variants, the Track X offers improved blast mitigation through modern hull design and seating, even if absolute armor thickness remains limited by weight. Armament follows the same philosophy. The Track X is typically equipped with a 12.7mm heavy machine gun for self-defense and suppressive fire. This mirrors the role the M113 fulfilled for decades, supporting infantry rather than replacing them. The platform is not intended to fight armored vehicles head-on, but to deliver troops to where they are needed and provide basic protection during movement. Where the Track X truly diverges from the M113 is in its readiness for modern warfare environments. The vehicle is designed with digital architecture in mind, allowing integration of modern communications, battlefield management systems, and situational awareness tools. While Patria has not disclosed full sensor configurations, the platform is clearly prepared for networked operations. Retrofitting such capabilities into the M113 often requires extensive modification and still falls short of modern standards.
I mean, it's done its time. You got to create something new. Like modifications are pretty expensive because you kind of got to gut it out and you got to take everything out, and it's like you're borderline creating something new, and it oftentimes is not as good as if you were supposed to start all the way over.
And sustainment further highlight the generational shift. The Track X uses commercially proven components and modern subsystems, simplifying maintenance and reducing lifecycle costs. The M113 earned a reputation for ruggedness, but sustaining it today often means maintaining aging hulls and obsolete systems through costly refurbishment programs. The Track X offers a clean sheet solution aligned with current supply chains and training practices. Strategic mobility is also improved. The vehicle's weight and dimensions make it easier to transport by road, rail, and certain military transport aircraft compared to heavier tracked platforms. This enables faster redeployment and improves responsiveness during crises. In many scenarios, the ability to move forces quickly is as important as their combat power once they arrive.
Exactly.
The Track X also aligns with modern doctrinal trends toward dispersed operations. Instead of concentrating infantry into a small number of heavily protected vehicles, commanders can distribute squads across multiple mobile platforms that are harder to detect and target. This reflects the way the M113 was used to spread infantry across the battlefield, but with far greater survivability and coordination enabled by modern systems. Climate resilience is another defining factor. The Track X is designed to operate in extreme temperatures, from deep Arctic cold to hot environments. Patria's experience
Even the hot? How? I would need to figure out what the hell, because like I can understand how you can make something withstand colder temperatures, but how do you also mitigate or create a scenario or a situation where it is adaptable to whatever climate it is in? That's tough. That's a hard thing to do.
in Nordic conditions is evident in the vehicle's emphasis on cold weather performance, suspension behavior, and track reliability. These factors are critical in regions where climate, not enemy fire, often determines whether a vehicle can operate at all. Patria has not publicly released a unit price for the Track X, but the company emphasizes affordability and low lifecycle costs as core design goals. Finland has announced domestic orders with deliveries expected from 2026, and serial production
I thought they said Finland was the one making this. I can be sure I heard that.
readiness is planned for the following years. This positions the Track X as a realistic replacement option rather than a technology demonstrator. Ultimately, the Track X is not about redefining armored warfare through firepower or armor thickness. It is about restoring and modernizing a capability that never lost relevance: the ability to move infantry across the most difficult terrain on the battlefield. This was the original strength of the M113, and it remains a critical requirement today. In an era where drones watch roads, artillery punishes predictable movement, and terrain increasingly shapes operational outcomes, vehicles that can leave the road network behind gain strategic value. The Patria Track X is a modern answer to an old problem: how to keep
Indeed.
infantry mobile while the ground itself becomes the enemy. By updating the M113 concept with modern engineering, the Track X offers a practical and credible path forward for armies facing the end of their legacy tracked fleets. What are your thoughts on the Patria Track X?
It's a
Let us
badass
know
vehicle.
in the comments.
It's a badass vehicle. It's way better than the M113. Way better. I don't give a damn. Like, that shit has a lot of muscles on it, and it's not just the muscles. It's also the fact that it is way lighter, and it is built for the situation, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, with it, going through the water, like the other one, you got to modify that thing and you got to be nervous about it. This one is directly made to deal with that situation. Even with the cold weather, I don't know how the hell you're going to survive in warmer climate with this thing. I don't know. If y'all know any deets about it, y'all can let me know in the comment section. But one thing for sure is this definitely looks like it would do well in aiding people during a war, because, well, it's a delivery vehicle. It delivers soldiers and also ammunition and so on and so forth to help during like a war, obviously. I hate to talk about wars because we don't need one of those, but yeah, you still got to be prepared. And I think this is definitely qualified as a vehicle that shows some sort of preparation. Makes a lot of sense. I like it. It's a beautiful vehicle too. It's actually pretty attractive. Very attractive vehicle. Beautiful to look at from a military mind. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.